You've probably come across a few of these pennies in your pocket before. The wheat penny, or most people refer to them as wheat cents, are one of the most popular coins to collect in the world of coin collecting, which is the best hobby ever. Our first one on this list is the 1931 S wheat cent. This wheat penny is a key date in the series, with only 866,000 of them being minted. Although that sounds like a lot, normally the mintage numbers for pennies in general, as well as most coins in the US, is in the millions. This was the last penny minted at the San Francisco Mint until 1935. The 1931 S wheat cent has been hoarded by many collectors and generally sees a value of between $70 and $140. The next one on this list is the 1917 double die wheat penny. Now this is a really valuable one if you can find it in pocket change, as well as it's seen auction records of over $100,000 for high-graded specimens. The 1917 double die wheat penny exhibits Class 5 doubling, or pivoted hub doubling. If you're totally confused as to what that is, follow the link in the description box that talks about all the types of doubling that can be seen on coins right on my website for free. It's not a very strong double die, and the doubling is mostly seen on the date and the words "In God We Trust." These coins, like I said, can be very valuable, generally selling above $100 in just good condition, and the highest graded, most valuable specimen sold in 2019, but it was graded MS67 Plus and sold for $180,000. At number 3 on the list is one known by most of you out there, and that's the 1909 S wheat penny. These generally sell for between $100 and $400 depending on the condition. The 1909 S Lincoln penny is a semi-key date. Even still, it's highly desirable in pretty much any grade, though it's not as popular as the 1909 S VDB variety, which we'll talk about in a moment. The coin had 1.8 million of them minted, and although there was one that sold for around 70 grand, the normal price is around $300 for a decent condition one. Another 1909 to keep an eye out for in circulation, although very rare, is a 1909 S over horizontal S wheat penny. I made another video about this coin to talk more in detail on that error, but the 1909 S over horizontal S is an error coin called an RPM. This stands for Repunch Mint Mark, or it was a multi-struck coin. What happened was that the first S was punched into the die in the wrong orientation. All mint marks were hand punched into dies prior to 1990, so there was a lot of mint mark errors out there previous to only a few years back. These coins generally sell for around $150 to $400. At number 5 on our list is the 1914 D wheat penny. This one kind of hikes up in value for ones that you can find in your pocket change possibly. The 1914 D is another key date in the series and is the most valuable non-error Lincoln penny from this series. With a mintage of 1.1 million, it has one of the lowest mintages of all of the wheat cent series. It can be difficult to find uncirculated coins as they are much more rare, and beware that this is one of the most counterfeited coins out there, aside from a few other Lincoln cents. The highest one ever sold was 160 grand, but generally these sell in good condition for around $1,500. At number 6, the 1922 D no D wheat penny. So pretty self-explanatory there. It is the only circulation strike in the entire series that lacks its intended mint mark. At the time, the Denver Mint was the only mint producing pennies, and the coin should have had the D mint mark. But due to the intense pressure to produce a ton of coins at the time, the mint suffered from a bit of just straight up sloppiness, and a batch of wheat pennies never got their mint mark and are crazy valuable. The highest one ever sold was $92,000, but generally speaking, these sell for well above $500 and upwards of 10 grand in really good condition. At number 7, a previously mentioned penny, the 1909 S VDB wheat penny. Many of you know a ton about it. I won't harp on it. There's tons of videos on mine, as well as other people's coin channels here on YouTube and just across the internet. That being said, the 1909 SVDB is super challenging to acquire. So this is the part of the video where I'm going to straight up tell you, you might not ever find one in your pocket change, but it is possible, just not likely. It is one of the most popular in the series and just amongst Lincoln cents. These are often counterfeited as well, so make sure you authenticate one if you find it out in the wild by sending it in to get graded. The normal price for one of these in pretty much any condition can be around $1,000 to $1,500, but in 2022, so this year, an MS-67 Red sold for $168,000. At number 8, the 1955 Double Die Wheat Penny. Now, we've talked a ton about double dies across my channel over the last few years. They are awesome coins, and the great thing about it is you can find a ton of these in circulation. This one is a later year wheat penny. The 1955 Double Die Lincoln Wheat Cent is an extremely famous one, and naturally, because collectors in general love double dies, and the doubling on this wheat cent is so dramatic, it's visible without even a loupe or magnification. There were an approximate number of 24,000 of these released into circulation, but as always, a highly desirable coin like this means there are super counterfeits out there. So beware of counterfeit pennies and make sure to get it certified. In 2018, an MS-65 sold for $114,000, but these coins can usually garner a value in pretty decent condition of around $1,500. At number 9, the 1944 Steel Wheat Penny. Now, I have a whole video on this, so I won't kill you with information, but the 1944 Steel Wheat Cent was created by sheer accident. It's speculated that steel blanks from the previous year had been left behind and accidentally struck, or steel blanks from a foreign coin that the mint was producing were mistakenly mixed in with the copper blanks and struck. Either way, it's a super awesome rarity and was created just for us collectors. It's estimated that there are only about 25 to 30 of these that even exist. They do crop up over the years, so again, this is a part of the video that you will probably never find one of these just searching through your pocket change. But you could inherit it in a collection or be that lucky person that, scans for metal on their land or whatever. These generally sell in the $100,000 region with a record sale in 2021 for $180,000. The last on our list is a really awesome wheat cent. It's the 1943 Bronze Penny. The final coin in this list is probably one of the most coveted and covered coins in America. The 1943 Bronze Wheat Cent is one of those awesome collectible coins. It is another error coin that happened due to a change in metals used in our coins production here in the US during wartime. In 2021, an MS-62 graded 1943 bronze cent sold for $372,000, and normally, even ungraded, ones that are authenticated can sell in upwards of $200,000. For a complete list of all pennies to look for in your pocket change, check out my website, VarietyErrors.com. You can check it out by clicking the link in the description box, as well as a few other links that cover banknote guides, my star note lookup, as well as some really good coin information, and it's all for the best price, which is free. I will see you in the next video, and have an awesome day.